Proof Bazaar is a good boss. Never seen her humiliate a single corporate mascot.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Or not protective, at least. Watch yourself.
cleared to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an anti-choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Around heavy machinery. Do not become a statistic.
Fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spiraton lift, so I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent to the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
This mechanism requires a fuse to be activated. A search of the surrounding area is recommended.
Everything I needed to know about self-regulation of the archive's temperature flow. Now my crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the archive and the crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
Malefactor ahead.
Lethal measures at the ready, Your Majesty. not ready.
Plasma tolerances exceeded. Continuing investigation. You can't fight contentment. Visual scan.
Emergency protocol status found.
Plasma tolerances exceed genuine perambulation.
Your judgment has
Currently prostrate. Plasma tolerances exceeded. Plasma tolerances exceeded. Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Resuming hostilities. Perform a weekly check-in on all crew members. How are you feeling, Arbiter Rao?
mentally and emotionally stable. As no surprise, I shall note some slight physical discomfort. There's presently a rock in both of my boots, which is a bit distracting. Also, due to a miscalculation when preparing. first Arbiter suit prototypes contained temperature control mechanisms, which were phased out due to frequency of combustion. But at present, I wouldn't mind trying my luck.
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. We need a way out of this tomb. When the Protectorate took the Archive, they locked all the lifts out of this cavern, and the terminal to unlock them is exceptionally well defended. The Automex guarding the facility effectively repelled all our attempts at assault. But if you can reach the terminal and reactivate the lifts, I can re-establish contact with my superiors, allowing us to both evacuate wounded and resupply with fresh troops. Revenge is not a concept the Order is. However, we are settled.
Is committing that crime really worth squandering our goodwill?
Readying application of force.
This unit's capacity for engaging discourse has reached its constraints. Consider relying on your portable wireless to fill periods of awkward silence.
Nobody is sure where you came from. Why aren't you just an absolute... The Autumn... If you can reach the...
Findings confirmed. I shall reduce them to a slurry. My capacity at range is somewhat... Poor thieves. I should have known what would happen if they stepped
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information. If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
There are Protectorate corpses frozen amidst the Order ones. They would have given their lives willingly to create a successful ambush.
Better investigate.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traitors pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits. And with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system. Horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door.
Data brick
into a
identified.
sculpture of
Proceed to the
solid
cartridge extractor
Holocaust.
controls.
I know the paradigm
There,
freely
perform a manual
sacrifices subjects
override
in
to allow
defense of the
extraction.
Protectorate. It would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. I must seek out a sentinel, confess my transgressions, and accept retribution, and I'll do so soon.
Cannot deny the suppression system's efficiency, but this is a rather dishonorable method of dispatching our foes. Damn this archive. I've half a mind to just... Trying to destroy the data brick just to teach it a lesson in staying out of our way.
Initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Abundant expungers. Go to necessary. Now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one
one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Are we certain we're not just sprats in a maze for some order?
Taking cover.
The storage brick is on its way.
Congratulations on your... What are your plans now? We could greatly use your help if you were willing. More if you can reach the terminal...
First Arbiter suit prototypes contained temperature control mechanisms, which were phased out due to frequency of combustion. But at present, I wouldn't mind trying my luck. Do I detect the sound of a malfunctioning gasket? Keep that up, Valerie, and your oil leakage shall alert our foes to our presence. I suppose I can lower myself to the role of mechanic just this once. I received high marks in mechanical maintenance in academy, just as I did in everything else.
Warning. Performing maintenance on this unit without approval from the Earth Directorate is strictly prohibited. Were you a member of a tyrannical regime to attempt to operate in defiance of these guidelines, this unit would be forced to defend itself and/or self-destruct.
I believe there was more to say.
Were you a member of a tyrannical regime to attempt to operate in defiance of these guidelines, this unit would be forced to defend itself and/or self-destruct.
I think self-destructing is rather unnecessary.
Congratulations. What are your plans now? That is the
This unit's capacity for engaging discourse has reached its constraints. Consider relying on your portable wireless to fill periods of awkward silence. Emergency protocol syringes.
Quality craftsmanship here.
Junior Seer Amaryllis awaits you inside.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Such processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
The path diverges between punch card processing and the reactor. Had I to guess, I'd expect both to be equally problematic.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next? No need to crash.
Reactor fire suppression system online. The archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
We have options, it would seem. Turrets, sealing doors to block reinforcements. I'm in favor of the latter more than the former myself.
Utilizing nearby supply caches will improve chances of mission success. This unit is pleased to remind you of the fire suppression system, which is a promising option.
Reactor turret defenses online. Reactor reinforcement doors sealed.
There, in the next room, a bullet-grade bunker auto-mechanical, question ready. A worthy foe. I wonder how my metal would fare against it. Taking punitive action.
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. All that remains is to re-enable punch processing and disseminate the rich... processing instructions.
Data brick of interest within retrieval range. Maintaining the
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you can disperse the written processing instructions. I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. Welcome back, Cynthia. Now that you've returned, we can
Bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
keep the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing. Erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Processing the Rift data will be impossible until 2 out of 3 competing priority sets are expunged.
Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
This unit advises proceeding through the nearby doors to reach our next destination of interest.
Multitude diversiform. Spongiform. Waveform. Oscillating. Cantankerous. Welcome back. Workarounds.
Processing the Rift data will be impossible until 2 out of... This unit advises proceeding through the nearby doors to reach our next destination of interest.
Benevolent oversight.
The dream of belonging. The allure of security and plenty. Overt influence. Mindless indulgence. Thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing...
Stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you? Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. All this foolishness
Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. Start now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a mood to maintain. What do you say, partners?
Did it break? Please tell me I don't need to hear it gab on any longer.
to conclude. Include realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives. Power down, then power on again. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
We should be able to process the Rift data now, and leave. If we were to do so post-haste, you'd receive no complaints from...
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just a start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations left to perform. Rich data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. And it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
I've had enough of this miserable moon for 10 lifetimes. I would prefer we return to the ship and follow the data trail. But if you wish to explore further, I suppose we may.
A valid decision, Commander. However, please be reminded that, unlike...
I think congratulations are in order. Unless I'm mistaken, I gather you've accomplished your primary goal. On behalf of the Order and Auntie's Choice, I thank you for your efforts. This will most certainly help in ensuring peace. Now, the Calcaduceus, if you please. The Order prepares for all eventualities. I'll allow you to draw your own conclusions regarding what will happen should you break our accord. Thank you for your contribution to science. When the history texts are written, you've certainly secured an honorable mention in Appendix B.
Ah, you are my new operator then. It is my... I can... then...
Yes. Go forth as was determined, and may the plan guide you.
You fixed the archive and turned it over?
Yes, the archive is the Order's greatest achievement today.
This unit advises reducing noise output to avoid detection.
Congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the archive is well and truly under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here. But allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this peace treaty possible. There is more good news as well. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite, and we now have a way to reorient the satellites en masse from a protectorate installation, Oris Listening Post. Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate our understanding of the universe, and ideally lead us to stronger conclusions regarding how to stop the rifts. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of ignorance that have heretofore held Arcadia in stasis, all thanks to you. Then it is fortunate that you are so well placed to do exactly that, with the Order's help. As if predetermined, your contributions have been many and varied, and I will not belabor the point by recounting them all here. But know this, when the final contest with the Protectorate takes place, wherever that may occur, you will have the full support of the Order and Auntie's Choice. I will, of course, organize our forces from here.
significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. This unit has been continuously analyzing and reanalyzing the data since this conversation began. There is no error. Based on energy readings, Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator however, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended that is a transitioning. Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent war briefing. It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the in order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the Archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. That strategy would be greatly inefficient, Commander. Please allow this unit to help you generate a more sound mission plan. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
Void, take that Consul. This is the 1,000th time he has gone too far. Would that I could slay him once for each.
Intimidation is not required. Protectorate subjects are not programmed to question authority. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony. While the Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces to assist you in intercepting the modulator, it will take time for them to navigate the station.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
What in the interminable void are we looking at? Everything that's been reconstituted appears maladjusted, imperfect, defective.
The Consul stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship. How my blood boils.
nature of all things. We must bring an end to this immediately.
Let us hope that whatever architecture and logic operates within this space does not fail us.
Attention! This is your anti-calling. Per our agreement, Anti's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
But I find
today.
most
Good
like
work.
it's too
Never could have done it myself.
Let us find it.
I once thought I could solve anything. Wasn't sure that'd work.
Energy capacitor active.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say,
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
Mitigating the threat. Taking the fight out of them.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better than nature.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
Sane person in this horrible place? They sound distressed. We must rescue them.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Careful, Commander. This one's obviously at her breaking point.
Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
That sounds consistent with the other reconstituted troops we've come across.
I don't understand what's happening. I reckon that's true. But I don't feel much like myself, neither. My head hurts so bad. Can barely think. Can barely think back. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in.
This woman was alive when the rift consumed the station. That's the key piece of data here. Thus...
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Rift?
When the rifts...
So, you can help me, though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. It makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. I trust your aim is as good.
I don't understand. The situation was resolved. Why go back on your word? A mercy killing is a terrible thing, and not performed lightly. You have spared your compatriot a surfeit of agony. It was right.
These soldiers look even more hideous than our support.
You may approach, Commander. We've got supplies at the ready. Are you in need of any? We are most grateful for your role in reconciling the...
Initial observations conclude that
Such a moment calls for a once...
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Whoa. Step, I say usually because... Sure can. Greetings. In what particular way are you affected?
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess any treatments or supply. Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Providence is much too close for safety, and that rover it has dispensed